Hi there, this is Christian Dye, Director and Senior Advisor of Latitude West Financial here in Vancouver. Today I want to talk about being financially stuck. So, are you and your partner financially stuck? Do you have financial decisions that the two of you can't seem to agree upon or have a lack of information to know what to do with? So, if you don't, then are you there yet? And if you do, are you on track? So, what I mean by this is, do you actually have goals where you could measure them to show that you're making progress? And what I notice is that financial stress is usually the root cause of both depression and anxiety of both men and women. And the reason is because they can't seem to make a move and they start burning more and more years without making a decision. So sometimes we need a reality check to see what is it that is keeping us up at night. So, what does have you worried? I'm going to give you some common things that I see with people. Should I buy or should I rent? The buying market is so incredibly high, but the rental market keeps going up. So if you can't make a decision, you often tend to just keep doing what you're doing, and oftentimes that's renting. Should I save my money or should I pay back debts? Should I continue to live in the city that I want to live in, such as Vancouver, or should I move further away from Vancouver where it's less expensive? Should I invest in real estate or should I overfund my RRSPs? Should I buy a new car? Should I continue to drive a used car? And am I living paycheck to paycheck? And if I am, how can I get out of that rut? So these are often the things that might have you up at night. So, what is a solution? A financial plan. What is a financial plan? It's a written report that assesses your financial goals, as well as takes into account your assets and liabilities and your income and your expenses. The assets and liabilities are important because that will determine what your net worth is. Your income and expenses will determine your cash flow. Both of these numbers over time should both be getting better. You won't know if they're getting better if you don't actually have anything to measure it against. Planning. What a financial plan will do is to figure out where you are right now, where you want to go, and give you a step by step direction on how to get there. So consider this. Imagine you go into a new city. What is the first thing that you do when you get to this new city? The answer should be you would get a map. You would try to figure out where it is you're trying to go and the best way to get there, because I'm sure there's several things that you want to do and see once you're there. Now, why would we do this? The reason is simple, because you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time and energy while you're there, and your money. You want to get to your places in the most efficient way possible. Financial planning is the same thing, but it's for the finances for your life. Whether you have a goal in order to buy a home or to retire by age 65, or whether to have kids, or whether to invest your assets, without a map, without a plan, what will happen? Much like if you entered a city without a map, you would wander around trying to find whatever it is you're trying to get to. You would ask around people and you would just hope that you hit all of the places by the time your time is finished. That is not a good strategy when you enter a city. It's also not a good strategy when you're doing financial planning. Oftentimes we will ask around, and that tends to confuse us even more. What helps is if you have a professional to sit down with you to actually map out where you need to go. So, why is a plan so necessary? Essentially, all of the problems we have will continue to keep getting bigger and bigger. Whatever financial problems you have right now, it's like an iceberg. You're just seeing the surface, but over time, you will eventually see the magnitude. There's a great quote by Lao Tzu: all the problems of this world could have been solved when they were small. Believe it or not, whatever your financial problems are, they are still small. But the longer you wait and not address them, they will continue to keep getting bigger. So no one ever wakes up and says, today I'm going to ruin my life. But what happens is sometimes people do wake up and realize that their lives are ruined. How did this happen if they never consciously woke up one day and chose that? It's because all of the little decisions that they made every single day, all of the delays, all of the things they put off, all of the spending habits, they were all small, small, small decisions made on a daily basis, which eventually caused them to ruin it. So, what I encourage people to do is to take action right away. And where do you start? First, get your partner on board, because it takes two. You can't run a race when you've got one leg tied behind your back. So Three steps. One, pick a time. Discuss your common goals and find a good advisor. And when the two of you together can make these decisions with the correct help, that will be your best starting place. So, get more financial education is my next thing I would recommend. So, I personally, through my company, give financial articles and webinars. So, like me on my Facebook, and you will be attuned to when these are coming. Jim Rohn says, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. And if you really, really don't want to do something, you'll find an excuse. And I think that's what gets people stuck in the mud. They just really, really, really don't want to start doing their financial planning. So they keep finding excuses why not to start. So, are you ready to start? If you are, I invite you to give me a call. 604-202-9178, or you can email me at assistant@latitude-west.ca. I'm in the Vancouver area, and if you're not in the Vancouver area, please find someone good in your area. I hope everyone takes this seriously, because I think good financial planning could avoid all of the problems that tend to happen over time when people neglect it. All right, I wish everyone good luck.